What if I told you that many of the conversations you hear during a listing appointment aren't spontaneous at all? They're techniques that have been taught, practiced, and refined for decades. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm John Barczak with Integrity Real Estate. I'm a Maryland realtor and the creator of the Smart Seller program. On this channel, I help Maryland homeowners understand how real estate really works so they can make informed decisions when buying or selling a home. This video is part of my Smart Seller Consumer Advocacy series, where we're pulling back the curtain on common industry practices, incentive structures, and sales techniques that most homeowners never get a chance to see. Today, we're talking about something most consumers have never considered: how real estate agents are trained to sell. Let's jump in. In the previous video, we talked about the information gap. Most homeowners sell only a handful of homes during their lifetime, while most real estate professionals spend years studying negotiation, sales presentations, pricing strategy, objection handling, communication techniques, and contract management. Now, this doesn't mean consumers should distrust agents, but it does mean there is an information gap. The homeowner is often learning the process, while simultaneously making major decisions within it. Understanding that reality is the first step toward becoming a more informed consumer. One of the most common communication techniques used in sales is called framing. Framing doesn't change the facts, it changes how the facts are presented. For example, an agent might say, "When we get your home on the market," instead of "if you decide to list your home with me." Or they might describe a legally binding contract as just some paperwork, just an agreement, or just a standard form. None of those statements are necessarily inaccurate, but language influences perception. Consumers should recognize when a decision is being discussed as though it has already been made. The recommendation should stand on its own merits, regardless of how it's framed. Another common technique is the use of tie-down questions. This technique involves asking questions that naturally produce a yes response. For example, an agent might say, "You want top dollar for your home, don't you? You want maximum exposure, right? Or you want an experienced negotiator on your side, correct?" Most people would answer yes to these questions, and that is exactly the point. Sales training programs have long taught that people generally prefer to remain consistent with things they've already agreed to. The goal is not necessarily to persuade you that the recommendation is correct. The goal is to create momentum. Consumers should remember that agreeing with a general statement does not automatically mean agreeing with the recommendation that follows. Perhaps the most interesting technique is something called objection isolation. You might hear the phrase, "other than commission, is there any reason you wouldn't move forward today?" Or, "if we could solve that concern, would you be comfortable signing tonight?" At first glance, those seem like reasonable questions. But notice what has happened. The conversation has shifted. You're no longer evaluating the entire decision, you're evaluating one specific concern. If that concern is addressed, many consumers begin feeling pressure to move forward because they've already implied that no other concerns exist. In effect, the conversation changes from, "Should I hire this agent?" to, "Has my final objection been answered?" Those are very different questions. Two additional techniques frequently appear in sales conversations. The first of these is called Feel, Felt, Found. It has 3 parts and sounds like this: "I understand how you feel. Other sellers felt the same way." But what they found was, this technique is designed to build trust and reduce resistance by showing that other sellers supposedly shared the same concern and their concerns were addressed. With this technique, the seller may feel pressured to move past a concern that hasn't fully been resolved. The second technique is called false urgency. You might hear phrases like, "the market is changing," "this opportunity won't last," or "we should move quickly." Sometimes urgency is justified. Markets do change and opportunities do disappear. The key question is whether the urgency is being driven by actual market conditions or by the sales conversation itself. Consumers should be cautious anytime an important decision is being accelerated, primarily through emotion or time pressure. Does the use of these techniques mean the agent is being dishonest? Absolutely not. In fact, many of these techniques are taught in industries far beyond real estate. You'll find them in automotive sales, financial services, insurance, retail, and corporate negotiations. The issue isn't whether the technique exists. The issue is whether consumers recognize it. Understanding a persuasion technique doesn't make it ineffective, but it does help you evaluate recommendations more thoughtfully and make decisions on your own terms. So what should homeowners remember? First, many communication techniques used during listing appointments are taught and practiced. Second, understanding those techniques does not mean you should distrust the professional using them. Third, consumers should separate the recommendation from the way the recommendation is presented. Fourth, important decisions deserve time, evidence, and thoughtful evaluation. And finally, the best decisions are made when homeowners understand both the facts and the conversation surrounding them. If you're preparing to sell a home here in Maryland, especially in or around Harford County, head over to johnbarczak.com and request a free copy of my Smart Seller Consumer Advocacy Guide. The guide expands on today's discussion and includes additional questions homeowners should consider before signing a listing agreement. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing and checking out the rest of the Smart Seller Consumer Advocacy series. In the next episode, we're going to discuss how to interview a real estate agent and the questions every homeowner should ask before signing a listing agreement. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.